The Nokia 6 is an Android smartphone that was released this year, and it has been selling like hotcakes all over the world. I had to pre-order mine, and I waited a few weeks before I finally got my hands on one. Does it live up to the legendary Nokia reputation? Yes, it does. I've used the phone for about a week now, and this is a list of features that I like about this phone. Number 1. Great signal reception for phone calls and data. I frequently get 4G reception at 4 bars in many places where I would only get 3G or only 2 bars on other phones. My calls do not get cut, they're very reliable, and web browsing is fast and reliable compared to other smartphones that I've used. The call quality is also excellent. When talking on the phone, the earpiece is loud and clear, without any noticeable distortion of human voices, even at the louder volumes. Next, it runs Android rather than a version of Windows, like the previous and older versions of Nokia phones or Lumia phones. And it's running Android 7, which is the newest stable release of Android. Another thing that I like a lot about this phone is that it has a micro SD card slot on the side, so that you can expand on the storage if you feel that 32 gigabytes or 64 gigabytes of internal memory is not enough. One thing that you should note about this is that there are 2 slots on this phone. The first slot is for a SIM card, and the second slot is actually a dual purpose slot, which you can either put in a micro SD card in, or you can put in a second SIM card. So you can't have both. You can either have a second phone line, or you can have a micro SD card. It's one or the other. So just keep that in mind when you buy this phone. Now, another added bonus of this phone related to the SD card slot is that thanks to Android Nougat, you can actually choose to format the SD card to treat it as part of the internal memory of the phone, which means that you can install apps onto the SD card directly as well as onto the internal memory. And the phone will see the internal memory and the SD card as one combined large memory device. Now, is there any kind of performance difference if you run apps off the SD card? Now, if you run some graphics intensive games, then perhaps there may be a difference in performance. But I don't run graphics intensive games on my phones. So far, running normal apps that are not graphics intensive games, I don't see any noticeable lag in any of the apps, so it's good enough for me. Another thing that I like about this phone is that the speakers are actually placed on the side, the bottom side of this phone, rather the bottom edge of the phone, and it's not placed on the back side of the phone. A lot of phones made by other manufacturers actually place the speaker phone or the speakers on the back side of the phone. And the disadvantage of this is that when you place the phone on the table, usually on its back, then the speaker is actually muffled by the table. Whereas if you put it on the front or on the sides of the phone, you don't get this problem. So this is an excellent design choice by Nokia. Well done. I'm glad you put it on the side rather than on the actual back of the phone. Now, another great feature of this phone is that it supports fast charging, which means that it can get to a full charge in less than an hour. And another great thing about this phone is the excellent build quality, which is what Nokia is known for. And I recommend that you watch another YouTube channel called Jerry Rig Everything, and look for the video which talks about the durability of the Nokia 6. The guy there does some kind of bend test, scratch test, and durability tests which show how strong and durable this phone is. I recommend you watch it. And he also does a tear down video where he takes apart the entire Nokia 6 phone so that you can see the insides of the phone, and you'll understand exactly why this phone is so strong and durable. So if you have time, go ahead and watch that video. Another feature that I really like about this phone is that it has the Nokia brand. You can see it here, Nokia, and on the back. If you are a fan of Nokia, this is a reason in itself to buy this phone. And of course, another great thing about this phone that I love is the very reasonable price. It's a mid-range price phone, and in Hong Kong it's sold for $2,088. So to convert to US dollars, you divide by about 8 around, you get the price. This is very reasonably priced. It's not that expensive. It's not the cheapest phone, but it's nowhere near the most expensive, like top-end prices that are charged by top-end smartphones. The actual quality and what you get for $2,000 is really good. It's really good for the price. Now, those are all the stuff that I really like about this phone, but there are some things that you should also watch out for on this phone. And I'll mention them quickly right now. This phone does not have optical image stabilization. So if you use your phone for taking a lot of photos, keep that in mind. It does not have optical image stabilization. Another thing that you should be very careful of when you buy it is you keep in mind where the phone has been released for, which model it's released for. Which country. If you get the Nokia 6 that was released for the People's Republic of China, then that phone will not support Google Play Store, which has a huge effect on your user experience. So keep that in mind. The Nokia 6 released for other countries does support Google Play Store. This Nokia 6 was released for Hong Kong, so it does support Google Play Store. And that's very important to me. So when you buy the phone, make sure you check where the phone was released for. Because some of the Nokia 6s do not support Google Play Store. And also, at least for the Nokia 6, which was released in Hong Kong, I don't know about the models released in other countries. There's no NFC support. So if you need that in your phone, well, you'll have to take that into consideration. Now, all in all, I would say that this is an excellent phone. If you're a Nokia fan, you should definitely get it. And if you're not, if you want an excellent phone for good voice quality, good build quality, and you like using Android, I would recommend getting it. On a score of 10, I would give this phone 10 points, a full score, because it does everything that I expect a phone to do, and does it extremely well. 10 out of 10. A really good phone. Thanks for watching.